Wanted to give you guys a mechanical overview of my Superformance S1 Super 7 Tribute. I know this thing is festooned with Super 7 stuff everywhere. I didn't do it, and for those of you that have not hated me for it, well, thanks. In any case, just back from about a 50-mile drive on the car. And of course, you may recall from the gauges that we've got true oil pressure, oil temperature, coolant temperature, and then of course, TAC, speedo, functional gas gauge. In any case, the car ran great today, as it always does. All of the temperatures were just where they need to be. Down behind this motor, you may be able to make out a shiny red blue with a red top little AN fitting that actually accommodates a dipstick to check the gear oil in the transmission. Thank you, Shed Laws, for that. Of course, engine oil dipstick here. And the rear differential can be easily checked by lifting the trunk lid. I'm going to load up a photo of the differential panel that covers the diff, and then of course a traditional plug. After getting back from this drive, I checked the level of the gear oil in the differential, transmission, and the engine. And I'm happy to say I'm not having a weep problem at all in the transmission or the diff, having no oil leaks or consumption from the motor. The belt drive, idler pulley, alternator, Heim joint that goes underneath that belt that adjusts the tension for these items. Of course, water pump down below. Alternator was a big question mark with a broken off stud in it when I bought the car. Replaced the alternator. It's a Geo Metro alternator. And of course, I had to figure out the pin wiring, from the dash. Of course, the big wire to the starter is a no-brainer. In any case, the alternator's working in that you can take off the positive lead from the battery while the car's running. It's fine. This lithium battery is a little confusing to the voltage regulator on the alternator because its standing voltage is above 13. And so when the car's running at idle, and again, this pulley on this alternator is kind of underdriven because of the RPM of the motor, as decided by owner number 2. So at idle, you can't see your traditional 12 to 14 or 14 volts at the battery on a voltmeter. But I do get corresponding increases of voltage with, with a little bit of RPM. So in any case, I haven't had any issues with it, but it responds or acts differently than a traditional lead acid or AGM type battery because of that higher standing voltage. So just kind of wanted to show you and tell you, of course, coolant reservoir here, relays, fuse panel there. It's all easy to get at. The hood has these pin locations at all 4 corners. So it's a very secure system. And unlike a lot of these replica cars, the hood doesn't waffle around at speed like it's going to come off in your face. I've had some pretty poorly built stuff where I was actually afraid to drive the cars at greater speed. This car tracks exactly where you point it. And these are very sticky race compound tires, so anything on the road is going to likely end up in the car with you. Earlier, somebody had asked questions about the windshield on the car. I want to make it clear there's no damage to this windshield. I've got an email out to Superformance, their distributor in the US, sending an email to Superformance in Africa to find out, is there a stash of these things, or what would a person do? But clearly right now, there's no need for a windshield. I understand the question, and I respect the question, but if I get anything back that way, I'll let you know. And USA7s.net is a great source also for this kind of stuff. Thanks for watching.